listeners, welcome back to school. In the what's it called?
You've won them over.
Yes. Sorry, it's been a day. Sorry, guys, it's been a day. Welcome back to the Class Action Point podcast with the Swine Dibbles crew, or whatever they're going to name themselves if they still haven't named themselves.
The Light of Bahamut.
Pioneers.
Yeah.
Light of Bahamut.
So, we'll introduce the players that are here at the moment. Starting with, well, might as well do ladies first. Jessica, who are you playing?
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica. I'm playing Zuel, my Tiefling Scion.
Alrighty, next up, Jared. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Aya, the Tiefling Ardent.
Alrighty. I cannot remember what your real name is, Pisco Demon last name, because you don't have it posted on Skype. I can never remember.
It would be the Soul Adam B chilling out there on roll
Adam.
20.
Got it, Adam.
Adam, Pisco Demon.
Adam, who are you playing?
I am playing Cedra, the Elven Monk, with Fists of Fury and a Heart of Burning Passion.
Mm-hmm. Alex, who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm playing Sephruz, the Hengeyokai scout.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to say about Sephruz?
He likes being foxy. I don't know.
He's one foxy guy. Yeah. Alright, Ryan, who are you playing?
Hi everybody, I am playing the Dwarf Warden Murdoch. Pretty much, I'm here to keep everybody off. Everybody we fight off everybody else and bring them to me.
Alrighty. We will be joined at a later time in this.
What does the fuss say?
Okay.
That will
Almost a late
be
joke.
who we're joined by later.
Yeah, later on we will be joined by Chris, who will be playing Dweon, the Goblin Artificer. He is going to be a bit late in this session. Anyways, when last we left our party of adventurers, they had fought some giant rats for a big old stick, and then watched others fail miserably at doing the same. Well, mostly.
It's okay, not everyone can be pro like us.
Yes, nobody.
Yeah, we're the AP class at retrieving sticks.
Yes.
Yep.
You are the most awesome, dogs ever. You played fetch with great.
Maybe that should be our team name of some sort. Something with dogs and sticks.
Nope.
Oh, dang.
I don't like dogs.
Wait. So
I still think we should
Meaning
include
Sephruz.
Tiamat in our name.
The which name?
In our team name. We should include Tiamat somehow. Just to spite Aya.
How about we include Cthulhu to spite everyone?
Okay. So.
Cthulhu and Tiamat's cohorts.
No.
No.
I feel like you need alliteration in there, though.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cthulhu and Tiamat Tea Party.
So we are already on tangent. Again.
After school tea time.
Yeah, we're the Tea Time Club.
Alright.
I was about to say that. Dang it.
So so you've had your first combat lesson and have done very well at it. You've explored a little bit of several of you have explored some of the ground. It appears.
So you say.
Yes. And it is the morning of your third day of classes has come. breakfast.
Yay.
Breakfast, well, breakfast, there's a wide variety of food. Nothing fancy, but there's food and it's good.
I feel like after that combat, we should get Wheaties because we are the champion,
Nope,
and it's the it's the breakfast of champions.
not yet. You're not champions yet.
We can rotate who's on the cover of the box.
Can we easily figure out who the champion is based off of the breakfast table?
Yeah, us.
And if we are able to do that, well, no, he's saying we don't have Wheaties, so I'm really
true.
curious about who we got to fight for some Wheaties.
Probably Blaze or Ignition's team.
Yeah, we'll go.
Oh yeah, like they didn't lose Wheaties rights yesterday.
You'll go to the Great Hall real quick for mess with that for a moment. Alrighty. So food around. And somebody's oh yeah. That's who's missing from the top table. So breakfast goes on. There's stuff going on. Food, talking. Leon is surprisingly not present for food, which is kind of weird.
We'll just have to learn the deal.
He's probably dead. I think that's the most likely explanation.
Oh, you know what? Since Dweon's not there, I probably noticed something funny.
What?
Somebody left bacon.
Yes.
We can actually have bacon.
Yes. There is a big plate of bacon over here that does not seem to have been touched at all, which is
Hell
weird.
yeah! I go for some bacon.
Yay, bacon!
I grabbed some bacon as well.
Was he one of the people who explored the one building last time?
Me and Cedra.
No,
Cedra,
he had detention.
He had detention.
Oh, that's right.
Cedra and Sephruz were the ones that explored the old building, the old school building.
Maybe he didn't do a good enough job in detention, and that's why he's not here.
So they butchered him in
man.
Egypt, and that's why?
Maybe, who was it? Ungobulus? Was that who took him and had to... maybe he didn't do a good enough job. Maybe.
You're eating Dweon right now.
It was Professor Stonescar over there.
Oh, it was Stonescar. Okay.
Well, Professor Stonescar intervened a little bit when the Professor Smith was called over due to, some sort of harassment of the female dwarf.
Dweon's in super jail.
Man, that guy. That guy.
He got carted off by a robot in the night.
You're probably eating him right now.
He'll be out.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Soylent Green is goblin! Why do you think it's called green? Alrighty. Okay, we've gone on enough tangents, so breakfast goes on. The schedule for today apparently is rather empty for once. For your third day, the only real class you have, and I need to find it. I should have gotten everything organized better.
That'll learn ya.
Yeah. You have a class with several of you, not all of you, have a class in the morning with Professor Saros. Zul and Aya and technically Dweon have this class on ritual casting and other forms of and similar.
Oh, nice.
But I'm not a ritual caster.
This is how you
it's
split.
Something you could possibly learn. You're a more magical or psionic type. that could potentially learn it later on.
That's why you're taking the class, so you can become a ritual caster. Duh.
Yeah.
Are you
But I
trying
don't
to
want to
learn
be a
new
ritual
things?
caster. Rituals are dumb.
You tell that class that. You tell that teacher that.
I'm gonna tell the teacher.
Oh.
You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna be given detention like Duyan, and then you're gonna be cooked and put in the food.
You're going to be in super prison. I can't believe this is happening to half our team. Okay, so what about me, Sefruz, and Cedra? What? While Aya is going to super prison.
Yeah, I just turn. I'm like, I don't want to go to super prison. I'm getting as far away from them as possible.
Yeah,
because
It's
I
not super
probably
prison.
qualify
It's
for something.
super jail. Super jail with Chad Warden.
Dang it.
Anyway, Cedra, Sefruz, and Murdoch have at the same time a class on nature, natural knowledge, and survival skills, by being taught by Professor Stonescar.
All right.
Then you have a free period. Then then lunch. Then another free period. And then there's like a little. Then there's a class. What is it? There's an arcane arts class that everybody's supposed to go to at least for the first couple of days. Couple of classes. It's like general. It's more general information on arcane stuff that may or may not come up for other people that are not arcane-ish. There's several classes you at least have to take a few of before you specialize in anything specific. So you have at least a grounding in enough that you might not think, maybe I'll multi-class into something of this sort, type of thing. Or
also, how does anyone know that Aya is anything other than a warrior?
Well, she has this weird glowing thing going around her head. Because she's psionic. And that's kind of a thing that happens to many psionic characters.
That's just a fluorescent light bulb.
It could just be orbital wobble.
Sure, right.
Besides, or
at least
planetary
some of the
meteorites.
Know why, or some of the reasons why many of you have come here, and what you want to specialize in. It was part of the the entry, not test. What's the word I'm looking for? There's like an entry questionnaire that I'm assuming most of you did eventually, at some point, fill out parts of.
Somebody filled out mine for me, and suddenly all of these choices make sense.
Alrighty. So, as you're preparing for your the classes you're taking, we'll do. We will do. We'll do the Sefrus, Cedra's, and Murdoch's class first. So hopefully, Duyan will be back. Duyan and its player will be available by that time. Alrighty, so the class is actually taking place out in the grounds, according to the information. Out in the grounds, near the arena at the moment, is where you're supposed to meet up.
I finish my bacon and eggs, and kind of look over at Sefruz and Sidra and say, I'm ready when you guys are.
Well, I was thinking of ditching this class, but I don't know what we're actually supposed to be learning, so I guess I'll give it a shot. But it's like really crap, you guys want to ditch with me?
I'll
mean,
leave, of course.
I've kind of been out in nature most of my life, so.
I mean, who hasn't? But
Same.
I don't want to take a
Yeah.
class on it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and my
I'll,
hammer is how I survive. So I don't know about that part, but
I think
Well,
all
I just
three of
hold
us are
up my
very.
fists and I say, and my hammers are how I survive. So I'm right there with you.
I have swords.
Close
I
enough.
hold up
All right,
my
so
short
y'all
but
sword and my
we'll
long
we'll
we
sword,
don't
just like,
we'll
need to take
we'll,
this class.
we'll
We can
throw.
just go elsewhere and I guess hit stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a bit.
we'll
eh,
we'll throw a Thraga bone for today.
I,
Yeah, let's do the class anyway. And if it's like a bummer or something, we can escape through the window.
I was for the siege, and if we decide that we do want to leave, we can always go check out that house that is so strangely locked up.
Yeah, the building. The
What?
old
Oh,
school
you
What?
know,
building. Dun dun dun.
we should. Hey, not I almost said hey Cephrews, but hey Murdoch.
Yeah,
Like, do you think you could pry boards off a door? Like
pretty sure.
hypothetically or like literally?
I'm pretty sure both of those. Yep.
All
How
right, cool.
strong are you?
So,
I mean, I'm not sure what hypothetical means per se, but
like, basically, if
Well,
we were in a situation that isn't real, where you had to do something that you could do that was real, could you do that real thing? And then that it would be hypothetically.
if
I
we
mean,
ask if there is
yeah,
hypothetically a
yeah.
building,
Okay, because there's really a
Uh,
building, and we need boards pulled off of it.
well,
okay,
Okay,
yeah, I could
return to
probably do that.
Cephros. Cephros, you thinking what I'm thinking?
yeah, but let's at least try out this class. At the very least, we can skip the arcane
Yeah,
class that we all have
yeah,
to go to.
yeah. I mean, I did consider the whole they might just catch us and throw us in class anyway angle anyway, so we'll give it like 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. Actually, tell you what, you do a hand sign and then I'll know we should leave.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of some. I heard some dudes whispering about a super jail. I'm a little scared of that, so at least let's try to go first.
Hey, we can always
Maybe
blame it on Duion again.
Well,
he was the instigator of whatever you guys are talking about.
true, but we don't even know if he's in super jail anyway, so he might not need our sympathy. You know?
True.
Here's
Yeah.
the bottom set.
All right, we'll head to class.
Yeah, heading to
All right.
class. Use the bottom set of things to just basically show who's in what class. That class.
That was a locker talk just now.
Yeah, I understand.
Pretty much what we were talking.
Something.
We were eating bacon and talking about all of that stuff.
Yeah, that was our early
Bacon
morning
talk.
schemes. Bacon talk, yeah.
Duion's gonna be jealous because we had bacon talk.
Well, I think it was because he wasn't here that we were able to have bacon talk. Otherwise, we'd just have whatever the heck is left talk.
I like bacon talk, so we're gonna have
That's
to
a
talk to
good
Duion
point.
and hope he lets us have more bacon.
Alright, so bottom set of tables has the people who are taking that class with you. The nature, knowledge, and survival skills class. So you guys might as well join them. Eventually. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to move them too, but well, things happened. So yeah. Why are you joining the table with the Team Gorgon members, Bruce?
He's a spy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, they were just saving our place.
That's true. That's true.
So.
Yeah, you
I kind of
you tell them they have to go, Cephrews.
Actually, that's the wrong one.
I kind of look. I do. The moment we sit down, I look over and see that Unglar is at a table by himself, and I go, "Man, sucks to suck."
Well,
Like-
Unglar has. Well, it's not technically tables. It's just to organize them, so I remember who goes where.
Oh, all right.
Go
Then I
back.
don't think any of that.
Well,
All right.
I assume that since we're all lumped together, that we're in some sort of location all together.
Yeah,
Well, that's right.
there's
We're
there's a
outside.
little.
That we
That's
can
right.
segregate ourselves in between.
Yeah, they're basically everybody's together in a general area near the arena, and there's like a little like not exactly a there's like a little place with a fence around it, and there's some kind of like a little place for like animals to graze and stuff. There's no animals in there at the moment. There's a small building beside there that's probably where the animals are, if there are any. And the teacher is there with his one-eyed bobcat and his big gnarly staff. Greeting. Welcome to the to class on nature and knowledge and skills of survival. We will be we will be discussing some various creatures in a moment, but first, um, does anyone well, all of you probably recall your lesson yesterday and the rather large rodents involved.
Oh, that lesson.
Yes, we had not gotten into what it's called what larger than average animals are called generally. Does anybody know what that term is?
Big,
Big.
Large.
giant.
Who's Sephiroth sitting on?
Nobody.
He was sitting on Sparky.
Massive.
Nope. Nobody. Hmm.
It would be
Eventually,
an easy mistake.
eventually somebody does speak up. Dire. And it appears to be coming from this fella here. Yes, Mr. Unglar, yes. Dire animals. Dire creatures.
You know what dire creatures are, right? They're like creatures, but dire.
You're not there. Quiet. So, the dire, a dire animal, such as a dire rat, dire bear, dire wolf, is bigger and tougher than the average form of one of its type.
I raise my arm up, like I want to ask a question, and I ask, "Can people be dire people?"
There is a different term for more powerful people. They are called epic.
No, I mean like people that are bigger and they look stronger than other people, and
Giants?
no, not giants, like dire people. Like, can people be dire people?
No, the term does not apply to people.
Only what else can it apply to?
Any form
Bacon.
of animals, pretty much, are the only ones that are generally dire.
Hmm, sounds
Anyways,
suspicious.
there are but there are other but there are also other kinds of creatures. Does anybody know what a Echo.
Echo.
Echo. Okay, gone.
Just bring you back a little bit, buddy.
So there are other kinds of creatures.
Away. You can see everybody.
Creatures that are more that, while not human shaped, have at least near humanoid intelligences, or greater even sometimes.
I don't like soup.
Does anybody know what they are? What they are commonly called?
Eat it in soup.
Anybody?
Scientists.
I might not be able to feed him for a while because I'm going to be doing this for the next
Okay.
D&D.
There's
Alright.
something in there.
Fuck you, Jake.
Nerd! You're such a fucking nerd. Nerd, Jesse, you're a nerd. We're hearing all this
Fucking
and it's
nerd.
hilarious.
You're a fucking nerd.
You are being recorded, by the way. Inform him that he's being recorded.
Oh, I thought I turned off the
Yeah, he is being
headphones.
recorded
Oops.
for our
Nerd.
podcast. So he should
Wow.
know he is a jerk.
And he just
Enable.
called us all nerds.
Yep.
True.
My
Yeah,
heart
we're
is-
nerds,
yeah,
and
that-
we're proud of it.
Yeah, that dart hit the board.
Alrighty.
Bullseye.
So,
So yeah, I shout out scientists. Yeah, humanoids that are smarter than other people.
you're not talking about humanoids yet. You're still talking about non-humanoids.
Oh, I thought you said now humanoids.
Okay. Anyways, does anybody know what the humans are not dire halflings? No. Halflings, though, are midget dwarfs. Because dwarves are midget humans. But anyways,
Murdoch.
let's continue with the adventure. What else? Nobody at all. Well,
Murdoch says, "We came to learn. You know answers. Give us the answers."
thought I at least wanted to know if you knew them first. It goes quickly, much more quickly that way. So, yeah, this class appears to be slightly boring, at least at the moment. As but soon, but he kind of motions. Let us go see some of these creatures that are not humanoid but smart. And he kind of starts walking towards the little building by the paddock.
Murdoch stands up and follows.
All right. He heads
I go.
at the entrance. Opens up the entrance. And inside is, well, what is inside, actually? What could be inside? It's a little dim in there. Can you see what's inside?
A dire rat.
Can you perceive it with a skill that you can use? Make a perception check.
Nope.
3. Wow.
Nope.
Come on, Cedra. Cedra, it's all onto you. Can you see?
Oh man, we'll see. I just keep not bringing up the right frickin'.
Yep. Come on.
There we go.
And
Come on.
Sorry. Having all this stuff nested in my character sheets is not leaving me enthused either. There we go.
17. Yes, it is. It is a large. well, is a rather big. It kind of looked insecty, but kind of more like a. But it doesn't have. It has like four long leg things. It ends in like points. It looks really freaky though. That
I
might
just
be.
peer and I'm like, ooh, cool, bug.
Yeah.
What? I don't see anything. How do you see this?
It's the thing in the corner.
Yes, it's a
The
big.
motion towards it.
It's a very fairly large bug thing. So
Are you how? That's kind of frightening.
Oh, I bet people eat them though somewhere.
okay, Sefruz says Sefruz is going to have to go take a trip because something just came up. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I gotta head out. Yeah, sorry about
Okay.
that.
So
So,
Sefruz excuses
hold on,
himself.
hold on. Let me do something real quick.
Yep.
Um, slash. Try to sneak out of the class.
Okay. None of the other members of the class really see it. The cat follows you for a while, but yeah, you're pretty sure
Uh,
eventually you might get detention later, but but you don't know yet.
well,
I'll pre-
that's fine. I'll ask Cedra for the notes.
Alrighty. So
Uh, sorry about that. See y'all next week.
yeah, take
See
care.
ya.
Be careful.
see you. Dude.
Alrighty.
Same to y'all.
So the class continues. He tells you this creature is called a Kruthic. It is just a young one, but as you can see, it is rather big. And they are not very nice bug things. They are while they do not speak any languages we know of. They can communicate amongst themselves fairly well, and are very how should I say tactically minded as far as their own skills are concerned. There is a reason why we only have one of them, because we don't want them breeding. They breed like rabbits.
Why not just have two males or two females?
That would require us getting close enough to them to actually figure out what uh, what they are in that way, and that's not a pleasant thing. They seem to go a little spazzy when anything that's not a Krut that gets close to them. It is not pleasant.
Mm.
Eh,
I look to Cedra and say, I don't really like bugs,
I don't
but
know. I think
I'm
it's
o-
cool.
I'm okay with them when they're small. But a large one like that, I've never seen anything like that in all my time out in the
Me
woods.
either. But you know, I bet people eat these somewhere, and it's thoughts like that help me kind of cope with something super creepy. Because
Mm.
there's always somebody that's just going to eat it instead, and it's not going to be an issue. And you know they don't just keep these for fun. You know what I mean? Like when we had to eat leftover wolf corpses for the winter. Kind of like that.
all right.
You
Sure.
know what I mean? You don't know what
So
I mean, do you?
so that class is gonna
I've never had to do that.
finish up here.
Just shrug. Eh.
Mm, it was yeah, and then we'll continue with the other class, the Scion, the psychic, the ritual caster guy. Mm. As so, Zool and Aya head into a classroom. The classroom has no desks at all, and has what appears to be a large. Well, it has like a small. There's a podium in the front, and there's a lot of room to do on the ground. No chairs, no desks, nothing really at all. And the teacher, Professor Soros, is in the front here. Most of the rest of the students are there in your class. It seems like at this point they split the classes in. You go to one or the other. Dweon is not there. So as the teacher comes in and stands behind the podium, he starts talking. Or wait, he's not talking. His mouth is not moving at all. Greetings.
Oh, really?
Welcome to Ritual Casting, Class 1. So, here you. So you will. And somebody's echoing again.
I don't know. I find the echo to be very appropriate.
You're echoing too. That's somebody. So, you've come to learn the casting of rituals and the techniques around them. You will be quiet, miss, while the teacher is talking. And you feel in your mind as though you just got slapped. Almost. Yeah. You've just been slapped in your brain.
I'm trying to think how Aya would react to this. Well, she's not surprised that someone can go into her mind, because she can do that too. She's like, oh, all right, but being slapped.
Yeah, I mean, I sent you those messages the other day with like the send thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to determine if Aya would just kind of grumble about it, or if she would stand up and be openly defensive.
Well, remember, this is also a teacher, someone who's clearly at least a rank above you at least. And she does have some experience in a semi-military type situation, being from the Church of Bahamut.
I guess she'll just have to grumble.
Alrighty. So, well, anyways, today we'll be starting with some basic warding rituals, which hopefully you will catch on to rather quickly. Though I do not hold out hope that most of you will actually do so. Now,
While she's grumbling, Aya's like grumble. Not even a spellcaster. Why am I here?
so, it seems at least one of our class is not here yet. Well, detentions happen. So, toward a small object, you can. And he kind of goes into directions and stuff. Let's see you attempt to try to perhaps manage it, mostly. And you're given what appears to be a kind of little box of some kind of powder. You're supposed to use it to ward these small little boxes. And to protect, and you've been given instructions. He explained it and showed you how it's done. Can you replicate his skill at
Nope.
such a thing? Can you attempt to replicate his skill at such a thing?
Aya very sarcastically just waves and wibbles her hand over the box and is like, "Oh, look at me, I'm a spellcaster. Oh, look, nothing happened."
You hear, as you're saying that, you hear a laugh, a guttural laugh from like just a little ways behind you. It appears one of your fellow students found that funny. So,
At least somebody found it funny.
yeah. The other students seem to be starting their attempts, and seem to there has been
I was gonna say, it seems as though Aya's emotions start channeling the frustration of everyone in the room rather than any boredom or giddiness, so to speak.
Those who are frustrated are very frustrated. Yes. Those who aren't are starting to feel the side effects of Aya's emotional, what's it called, conduit thing.
And then she starts just getting the powder out and sprinkling it all over the box and just shaking it over and making woo noises.
Yeah, again, the deep guttural laughs coming from behind where you're working.
Let's see if my sarcastic wibbly woos actually managed to do something. Maybe.
Well, it seems you've got some parts of it right. You are supposed to sprinkle the dust on parts of the thing, and the hand motion seemed to be almost right. Something happened at least. It might not be the word you're supposed to be doing, but something happened. And it's kind of weird.
Just doing the woo. Wait, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, you decide to test it by trying to open the box. Then you realize you've been sprinkling the dust on the box full of the other dust that somebody else was using, and they're not exactly happy. That you just basically sealed their supplies.
Wah, wah, wah.
So who was it you who
Ignition.
was,
Ignition.
of course. Yes. Surprisingly, you were, yes, doing your work near ignition. So yeah, she's not happy with you. Meanwhile, how is Zool doing with the
I was gonna say that
warding?
then A just kind of shoots her this like narrowed-eyed smirk and be like, "Well, you look like an arcanist. Why don't you open it?"
Yeah, let's see. You want me to roll then for my Arcana?
Yeah. See how well you're doing at this. Is
Oh,
1, and what's your bonus?
+9.
So you got a whole 10, but with a natural 1. Alrighty.
You thought for some reason it was a good idea to mimic Aya.
Yes. And apparently
The person I want to cheat off of.
Yeah, you decided to mimic A, but not quite getting it right.
You didn't ward the box. You set it on fire.
Not exactly set it on fire, but you forgot to close the box before warding it, so now it's stuck open.
Ah, crap. I'm going to see if I can fix it before Mr. Soros notices.
Yeah, Meister Soros, Dragonborn, professor of the ritual casting class.
Meester? Is he like a guy who's really good at making mees?
Meister, not Meester.
Is that... It's not a title, is it?
Meister Soros does. I think I heard about him from my friends. I think he, controls all the political machinations, of the world and is responsible for everything that goes bad.
No, that's Meister Seymour. And that's the wrong world. Easy. Or is it Meister Seymour? Sorry. And tangent. So yeah. And Dweon is not here yet.
He's on roll 20.
He is? Dweon! Get on Skype. And come on. Sir. Come on, Chris. Get on Skype.
Oh no, salad.
Yeah.
What?
Not getting on. Well, anyways. Well, Dweon's player is getting ready. Now he picks. Testing. Chris, can you hear yet?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Leon is late for class and missed breakfast.
No, I love
he slept in
breakfast.
too long.
Oh, Dweon is so sad because he missed breakfast.
Yeah, and he's missing. It's about halfway through the ritual casting class in the morning. This morning that he's supposed to be taking for some reason.
Ritual castings for slackers.
Yeah, but he might at least want to show up.
First week of school's a little too early
Yes,
to get
Dweon
senioritis.
his pants are untucked. He's only got one shoe on. His hair's a mess.
He has hair?
Yeah, Dweon has a mop of brown hair just on the top of his head.
Yeah. And I assume he has one side of his shirt is tucked in, the other isn't, which is a lot more than he has had tucked in than before. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and he only has
I
one
was about
shoe,
to
and
say-
he's trailing a thing of toilet paper on the bottom of his shoe.
No, on the bottom of his foot. 'Cause, yeah. It's a
So
foot.
he's dressed up for today then.
That's even worse. Yes.
Yeah, so Dweon
Anyway,
kind of comes into class because, well, he had to pass the eating hall and there was no food left, so he's hungry and
Sarah McLachlan music played as you walked on by the empty hall.
yeah.
so sad.
Yeah. So you come into the class and you see that basically all the students that are in the class are on the floor doing like some kind of thing with a box.
Now, has attendance been taken? Can I stealth in?
You can try.
All right, I will because well, no, my stealth isn't that great, but why not?
You can try.
Let's see.
Natural 20.
I critted
Suddenly,
on it.
you are between Aya and Ignition.
Oh no,
This has
not
fooled
ignition.
everyone. However, attendance was taken about half an hour ago. And you hear in your head, I am glad you decided to join us, Mr. Richardson.
I look around confused.
Well, at least you showed up. That's more than some students have done.
He looks under the table.
There is no tape. It's just a. This is just how it. This is just a what's it called? Abstraction.
Oh, okay.
They're all.
He looks under his chair.
There
He's
are no chairs
confused.
either.
Oh,
You do, however, have a little box. You have a small box and a smaller box. The smaller box has some kind of weird, shiny, glowy powder in it.
wow.
And the teacher's like, well, let's see if you can actually do a warding, a minor warding ritual.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. Let's see.
Yeah,
Arcana check.
yeah.
Ooh. A
Alrighty.
little too confident.
Well, you're like,
I rolled a 12 total.
yeah. You're like, bonk. What do I ward? What am I supposed to ward? So you decide to ward somebody's pack, or at least try to. So you put your hand into the little box full of shiny, glowy, dusty stuff. Just kind of dribble it, kind of drop some onto somebody's pouch or bag, and say something funny. Go ahead and say something funny. Some funny words.
Oogly boogly.
Alrighty. Now, what will it do to this stuff? Don't mind the other rolls. I just want to see what type of thing happens. The D4 and what it does is all I need. But it's easy. Let's see. 3. Alrighty. Suddenly, the bag starts to have holes, like starting to eat through it, as whatever you did made acid on it. Very, very strong acid.
Ooh.
Now,
Um,
however, you are between Aya and Ignition. Roll me a flat D20. Odds it is Aya. Evens it is Ignition's bag.
I rolled a 9.
That's an
Odds.
odd. Aya, your bag has lots of holes in it, and the stuff in it is starting to get holes in it too. Do you know? It appears Dweon has attempted to destroy your bag.
I kick him.
basic melee attack.
What's that?
Basic melee attack.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's with it's unarmed, so I don't get quite as high proficiency bonus.
Yeah. You're kicking them. Okay, how do you get a +7 for kicking?
Oh, I'm using Intent Nade Bear because it's my basic melee attack, so that gives me a Charisma modifier +5, and unarmed is +2.
Well, if you're proficient in unarmed, then you aren't. Are you? I don't think you are. But still, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, still a 16 probably hits Dweon's AC, right?
16 is my AC.
So, yes. Roll me that D4 plus whatever. As Dweon gets kicked quite painfully in the. Oh crap! I don't have that die here with me.
In the left hand.
In the left hand.
No, Dweon dies.
Oh no, my secret weakness.
My hand.
Alrighty.
I mean, if this was 5e, you would be probably dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dweon is kissing his hand and holding it.
Yeah. So, yes.
And Aya just sits back down, continuing to do the woo over her box.
Yeah. So this class starts. It's finishing up. Aya is pretty much the only one who managed to award something, right, and didn't even, supposed to be good at it.
Well,
Are you
she
sure
is
you're
the
not a
one who
spellcaster?
Yeah. Well,
she is the one who wills victory. So it's just like the gods manipulated reality so that it would happen.
yeah. Among other things, Turg now has a box attached to his hand. He apparently it's apparently stuck to his hand, and he's like,
He punched a hole through it. And he's like, "There, now it not open again."
no, it's more like it's on the palm of his hand. Like he tried to pick it up and something stuck, and he's like, teach, thing stuck to hand. Off, get off. He tries to grab it with his other hand, and that one's stuck now too. Turg not cut out for this class. So, class finishes, and it's time, and you have a free period. Can meet back up with the rest of your group.
Well, I was going to go explore that house during the free period, but somebody bailed on us.
Yeah, I feel
just turned
like
him.
I feel like
It's
we
like, hey,
shouldn't
what?
do that without him. Sadly.
Well,
I'll
he's the
go
only one that
explore the
might be
house
able
with
to.
you.
Well,
What
alright.
house? Well,
Well, you
I don't
know.
know anything about a house. I just know about boards.
Well, I can tell you about the house if you want me to.
It's a big old
Sure.
building. What's that? Here's a.
Yeah, it's a building. I call it a house because it's like as big as a house, one of those big ones that have like basically two houses in it. But
Oh,
there's a glowing light at the top of it, and the first floor has boards on the doors and also a lock. So pretty much we're probably not supposed to be in there, but the way I feel is like, what if there's crimes, you know? Or what if there's treasure?
Alrighty.
well,
I
yeah.
mean, this is a big like big school. There There has to be stuff going on somewhere because these people probably got problems. Do any
I
of you
think
know
we
what
should
I'm
check it
talking
out.
about?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, yeah, I think we should check it out too. But I don't know if we'll be able to check it out in time.
Well,
What do we got after this anyway?
you have basically first you have a free period, then lunch, then another free period, and after that there's like some kind of little
That was the
assembly
arcane
thing.
thing about the arcane arts or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's it. There's an arcane arts class for several people.
Well, if we got everybody in on this, we could go check it out and just skip lunch. But would that be suspicious?
I think
Well,
we could do it.
Dweon needs food badly.
Well,
The
I
very
think I
least,
have
I
food in
think
my room.
Well,
Yeah.
technically,
I
Leon
think for
doesn't
sure.
need food.
What?
I have food in my room. We could go grab some food, skip lunch, since we can just eat some of my rations. I've got, stowed away for a rainy day.
Yeah.
And then we could go check it out. And if they ask where we are during lunch, we just had to deal with some paperwork at, the registrar
Oh, that's
or make
smart.
up
They'll
something
believe
like that.
doing that too.
Alrighty. So
See, I like her plan. We should totally do it. But Sephruz can't come because he was supposed to signal us earlier and he didn't.
yeah, well, Sephruz may or may not find you later. Yeah, he got.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that.
Alrighty. So.
So, Aya, we probably should talk to you about something. And Dweon as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited
been,
because this is
he's
almost
been
like a field trip
eavesdropping
now
on this
since we
whole
got like more than 3
conversation.
people.
Oh, Dweon tells us, repeats everything that was said already to us. This is how you get your hand hurt. But saves us time, so.
Yeah, I have two.
Alrighty. So you're gonna explain
Hands.
the building and stuff you've done with it. Alrighty. So you head up. So after class, you head to your dorm real quick to pick up some stuff. Aya has to pretty much carry her stuff, in her arms since her bag has been destroyed by an accident, so to speak.
Well, luckily she didn't have a whole lot of stuff to begin with, so.
Well, there's a couple of books and some other like writing supplies and stuff. Thankfully, not much happened. The books the covers look horrible, but they were used anyways.
Yep.
So you guys grab up some food, and it just drops off our extra stuff, and then you have had an extended rest.
Yeah, that was the day
Okay.
prior.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah. It's the third day. Second day you had the rats, and first day you had the other classes. Alrighty. So as you approach the old building. It is not in the best of repair. At least there's definitely lots of superficial damage. It looks like it had more decorative stuff that's been chipped away here and there. The main door seems to be boarded up, and it's obvious it's been warred with something as well.
You said there's a ward there?
Some kind of magic. There appears to have been it's very fate, but the magical people here, especially Zul and Aya, could notice almost immediately. Yeah, those aren't just random notches in the door. That's some kind of magical runes of some sort.
Why would
Probably
I
part of
notice
a
that
ward.
right away?
What?
I said, why would I notice that right away?
It looks similar to something you've seen at like the Church of Bahamut on like their storerooms and stuff. It appears to be a lock, some form of magical lock, which of course Church of Bahamut would have on certain have something similar on certain rooms that for like that they could be activated for like a safe room type of thing. If there was an attack and to get non-combatants and injured out of the way and not being threatened in a surprise combat or attack, or even some form of large tidal waves and stuff of that sort and floods as well, since they're warded to be watertight as well, or at least the ones in the Church of Bahamut are from where you're from.
Hmm.
It looks like it's got some of the. It's similar enough to stuff that you've seen. It's a different type of ward, but it's enough that it's that kind of ward, some kind of lock, or at least part of it's some kind of lock. Dweon also kind of recognizes that there's been that the large door, which is made mostly of like some kind of metal, has what appears to be damage from acid and some kind of like burn. Like there's a corner of it appears to have been slightly melted as well at some point in the past. It seems that the detail, the frame of it is off. Is kind of has been melted slightly to be the wrong shape compared to what's around it. As though something very hot, you know, was something very hot hit it for a while. There's scarring in the metal and some of the stonework that indicates some sort of form of acid was used on it as well. As far as Murdoch and Cedra, well, it's definitely Murdoch can tell from some of the stonework. This is a unusual stone for the area. Most of it was probably most of the stone is not something that would be found in this area, at least in this kind of amount. So most of that stone had to have been brought here from somewhere else. And he knows what kind of stone it is, and actually, it's a really strong, tough stone, long-lasting, hard to carve, and hard to take to destroy.
Mm.
As far as Cedra also recognized it as that melty spot. And Zool actually might have a chance of actually kind of deciphering enough of the ward to at least find out what it is, if not being able to open it.
Okay, do you want me to do a Arcana check for that?
Yeah,
or
an Arcana check to kind of make sure you've got the right ones, and because
That's 22 altogether.
22 to get all together. You've managed to get most of them. You're pretty sure it's a very high level arcane lock, but it appears it's not just. There's both an arcane lock and some kind of psionic thing on it too.
Huh.
The psionic thing is hard to tell because it seems both of them are like semi-overlapping, and it's hard to tell which runes are which for that part. They don't overlap completely, though, so you can tell by a certain part that part's an arcane lock. The other part is kind of hard to tell, though, but it's definitely something psionic. but it's a powerful psionic thing that probably beyond your skills and knowledge at the moment. It's exactly what it
Hey
is.
guys, I think this is an arcane lock that we have here, and some other kind of psionic-based security measure.
Yeah.
Can I stab it?
Try to.
All right, I pull out my spear and I stab it.
Oh no.
Alrighty, how effective are you at stabbing it?
I don't know. Did I manage to stab it?
You have to make an attack roll to make sure, see if you stab it right. Yeah. Well, you barely hit it.
Well, I managed to stab it.
You managed
Did
to
anything
stab
happen?
it. Alrighty. So, as you basically stick it in like one of the runes, a powerful force courses down your metal spear and shocks you for I don't know, with electric lightning and stuff.
Generally, only the tips of spears are made of metal. The shaft is made of wood.
Yeah,
But doesn't like conduct electricity too?
yeah, not quite as good as most things. You're lucky you have a fairly good, well-made spear. Otherwise, that wooden part probably would have been, just kind of shattered. Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
can we go around and see if there's like another entrance that may not be locked?
I point up at the window and I say, we could try and get in through there.
Yeah, didn't you guys
That
like
works for me.
see some window or something earlier?
Sephiroth managed to get up there. You recall he could see a little bit through parts of the window, but it's pretty grimy. It also is hard to balance on the edge when you're anything but like anything bigger than like a tiny little animal. There's not a whole lot of windowsill there on the outside.
What if somebody tossed
Well,
me up there and I could hold onto the ledge? Do you think I could like pop the window open if I like? Do you guys think that could work?
It might be
we might
you're
have enough people over here where
yeah. You could
Oh, a
try.
human pyramid.
yeah.
Yes.
You can try that, but you need tough people on the bottom. And well, you've got two tough people, well, two strong people, one tough person, and well, without giving, and two who are not very strong at all
I'm average.
for a
I
goblin.
know I certainly couldn't lift anybody.
Yeah,
Strength's not my dump stat.
yeah. Well, it's a difficult thing. However, when Murdoch gets back in his little thing, he could possibly throw Dweon up, who's a lot lighter than say Cedra, but not
Maybe.
quite or something.
Let's see. Yeah, it says I'm 70 pounds on my sheet.
Yeah, you're fairly light compared to the medium-sized peoples.
Can't
I
he
have
turn
an
into a
idea.
fox though?
What?
We'll throw the fox up there through the
He's
window.
not here.
He bailed
Oh.
on us. He was supposed to give us a hand sign so we knew to ditch out class with him, but he just left. So as far as I care, he can do whatever he's doing.
All right. Anyway,
Is the window made of glass?
it appears to be some kind of glass from where you can see.
I think I have an idea. If one of you guys, are have a little bit of a pain tolerance, and we don't mind doing some minor vandalism.
Wait.
Here's
Are you
up.
saying throw her through the window?
I'm saying I use living missile and I throw someone through the window.
Nice.
I volunteer.
Okay.
Wait, Who's that? Who volunteers?
We just start shrieking
Cedra.
those. Nice.
Alrighty.
I'll cover my face with my arm and ooh, get me a stick. I'll hold a stick out.
Otherwise, I'll volunteer and I'll look like Thor flying at that glass with my warhammer extended. I'll look like I've got Mjolnir in my hands.
Oh boy. And you're almost as tall as him. And you got the beard. For that version of Thor.
Just not blonde haired, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Oh man!
well,
So we have at least 2 volunteers for the living missile.
Yeah. I'm probably a
alrighty.
little more stout than Cedra, so if I hit
Alrighty. You're
that
gonna
thing,
attempt to throw one of your allies through the window with your
All right.
psionic
Yeah,
Well,
I
you've
power.
think
got
I'm
2
gonna go ahead and do
volunteers.
that.
I'll leave it to you.
Alrighty. Well,
I
first
look
we
to
need.
Cedra. I look to Cedra and say, "Please let me be Murdoch the Missile, please."
Alrighty. Now,
When are we gonna do
for,
this again, though? I want to be the missile.
Well, there will be many opportunities to be a missile, I believe.
well, we're gonna. Yeah.
Do a dance off.
Well, quick question: do we have? What is our? Especially for Ryan. How much time do we have before you need to do stuff, or did you just get that done?
No, I didn't. They just got home.
Okay.
But I will have to deal with it soon enough. But
Okay. Well, let's
um,
finish up this scene, and then we'll continue from here, from this point. You know, when we go next week.
Oh, I
okay.
still want this to work. This is so cool.
Alright, so Zool, you'll have to manage to throw it. Let's just use your attack roll for the ability, and see if we can get you to get it through the window. I have a number in mind, and if you get about that, you'll at least get them to there.
Okay, is there
Okay. I'm gonna hand you my rope just
any
so we
way that
have
I could
another way
aid
to
in
let other
any
people
way?
up.
What?
Oh yeah, good idea. Is there any way I could aid?
Not really, but somebody might want to stand. Might want to have something ready underneath just in case it fails when they fall.
Okay, Dweon runs up to the wall and holds out his arms.
Yeah, this isn't gonna help. Alrighty. Well, you might be semi-soft. Well, you are fat, Goblin, so you might be a soft thing to land on, or at least part of
Yes.
him. Alrighty, let's see that Zool. Let's see. Alright, oh yeah, you managed to
That's
get a
very good.
good. You got a good hold on him. You throw him up there. He's approaching like the top of the window. So, and then, boom.
Oh,
Zool, what
You
does it
kind
look
of
like when you
hit
cast
something
this?
about 5 or 6 inches from the window, from that part of the window.
Also, you
oh
got the
God. So,
macro and you got the macro wrong. You put a double bracket in front of the D20.
Yeah, for the attack roll for the other part.
oh,
Yeah,
oops,
for the
crap. Let me
second one.
fix that real quick.
Yeah.
So do I take the 9 damage?
Well, technically,
Or
technically you take 9 damage as you basically get whacked against what appears to be some kind of force field type thing near that part of the window.
ever see those Looney Tunes where like they get shaken up? That's how my guy like looks. He like
Yeah.
hits the
Oh,
wall,
wait.
falls to the ground, and his whole body's kind of vibrating a little bit. Like,
Alrighty.
ugh.
Well, that one thing though, make an attack roll. Let's see
Me,
if you hit Leon on the way down.
me, a melee basic.
Yeah, just to see how well if you can avoid hitting Dweon.
Badly.
Or
Critical
well,
fail.
you hit
You did say success would hit Dweon, so what is a failure to?
failure. Failure. You don't hit Dweon and take the damage. Take a D10 damage.
Oh, I do. I'll roll.
You drop
that.
right next to me.
If you landed on Dweon would take a D10 damage. And
Oh,
oh,
God.
well,
oh man.
this has not been a happy fun time.
Murdoch thinks missile bad for a while.
Well, fortunately for Murdoch, it is a daily. He doesn't have to worry
Yeah.
about getting
Yes.
thrown around for another day for the rest of the day.
Well, it's save end, so we could try it again next round in 6 seconds, and I could try throwing you through again.
Yeah, Murdoch might not be happy with that plan.
I wish somebody
Oh.
could cheer him up so he'd be more compliant to give it a go again.
Alrighty.
Yeah. If only we had someone here who could manipulate emotions and make someone,
Hey,
more
are
cheerful.
you
No.
there?
Maybe
You set my
have the
bag on
endorphins
fire,
kick
screw
in
him.
and
What?
I said he set my bag on fire. Screw him.
No, that was Dweon, not Murdoch.
I thought we were talking about Leon.
Nope.
No, they're talking about me.
Murdoch didn't land on Dweon.
Oh, alright.
Murdoch landed on a rock.
With his head.
Well, I guess I'll heal Murdoch then. It's like, you can do it. I believe in you, I guess. Heal for your surge +4.
Oh well. Oh, I feel better now.
Yeah.
you look better.
So-
I bet you could totally smash it the second time.
So yeah.
I don't know about that.
Anyways, anybody else who isn't involved with the actual throwing dwarf tossing through windows with psychic powers? Yeah, psychic dwarf tossing. Anybody who's not
I thought it was a
involved
good
in that,
idea.
give me a perception check.
I think this is my first
Perception.
time using this power so far.
Yep.
And whoever said 4E doesn't have, out of combat powers.
Yeah, it's just you have to use them creatively. Yep.
I rolled a 20
Everyone's got
perception.
+1 to do their checks too.
Yeah. So Cedra seizes it first, but there appears to be what appears to be a old kind of like a storm cellar over way on the other end of the building from the wind, from where you are. And it doesn't seem to be closed. In fact, Dweon sees it as well, and Cedra sees something small go through it.
Like coming out or going in?
No, going in. Something small appears to have just gone in. And I think we'll leave the game leave it at that for this week. So yeah, it's interesting stuff. Anybody want to say
I'm gonna
anything
blame.
before we stop recording?
I blame Cephru's
Alright.
for Murdoch's pain.
Alrighty.
I blame
Alrighty.
Zephyrus too.
Alrighty. Bye,
Zephyrus,
everybody who might be actually
he gets all
watching
the
and
blame.
listening. Take care.